This is a news update on AFRICUNIA TV. My name is Deborah Ezeh. Starting off in Morocco, Morocco launched a campaign this week amid providing a third dose of anti-COVID vaccine to people who had received at least 2 doses of the vaccine 6 months ago. Vulnerable people and frontline health workers make up the largest group that flocked to the kingdom's vaccination centers. With a population of 36 million, 23 million have received the first dose and 90 million are fully immunized. And in charge, all 93 members of Chad's Transitional Parliament were installed on Tuesday. The deputies were designated at the end of September by junta leader Mohamed Idriss Déby Itno. Aaron Kabadi, who was president of the National Assembly at the time of the death of President Idriss Déby Itno, was elected by acclamation but declined, citing health problems. In Burkina Faso, suspected jihadists killed 14 soldiers in an attack in northern Burkina Faso Monday. The defense ministry said in the latest bloodshed to hit the region plagued by Islamist violence. The military detachment of Ugro in Centre-Nord region's barracks. 14 soldiers were killed during the fighting and 7 wounded were evacuated. He said in a statement, with a death toll higher than the 9 given earlier by security sources. And we move to Nigeria, where state government on Tuesday hinged the implementation of the new salary scale for teachers on the availability of funds, saying the federal government could not dictate to them. But Nigerian Union of Teachers General Secretary Dr. Mike Ikene, in his response, dismissed the excuse given by the state and warned against playing politics with education. Also, on Tuesday, the federal government in Abuja announced fresh incentives for teachers during the celebration of the 2021 World Teachers' Day. The incentives include payment of stipends for undergraduates of education and automatic employment for graduate teachers. And still in Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari has raised the 2022 appropriation bill by 2.47 trillion naira, bringing the total budget for the fiscal year to 16.45 trillion naira. This was contained in a revised medium-term expedition framework and fiscal strategy paper sent by the President to the National Assembly yesterday. Also, Lagos State House of Assembly yesterday approved the request of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to revise the 2021 appropriation law. Chairman of the House Committee on Budget and Economic Planning, Gbolahan Yishawu, who read various electoral allocations on the floor during plenary, announced the new appropriation law as 1.25 trillion naira. According to Ishawu, 513.3 billion naira was approved for recurrent expenditure from the Consolidation or Consolidated Revenue Fund, while 743.2 billion naira from the Development Fund was approved for capital expenditure, both for the year ended December 31st, 2021. And on the foreign scene, the US President Joe Biden said on Tuesday that he had spoken to Chinese President Xi Jinping about Taiwan, and they agreed to abide by the Taiwan Agreement as tensions have ratcheted up between Taipei and Beijing. And in more stories, European Union leaders failed to overcome division over whether to develop an independent defense force, despite anger at the chaotic withdrawal of Western forces from Afghanistan and new impetus from France after it was excluded from a US geostrategic pact. Leaders meeting over dinner in Slovenia on Tuesday split into classic division of eastern states fearful of Russia and wanted to strengthen Europe within NATO, and those led by Germany, Italy, Spain, and France that want a more robust EU capability. And on the sports scene, a Brazilian footballer was arrested after kicking a referee in the head during a second division game, knocking him unconscious, authorities said. Williams Ribeiro kicked referee Rodrigo Crivellaro twice during Monday's match between Sao Paulo de Rio Grande and Os Guarani de Venancio Aires, the second time when the officials lay on the ground. And finally, Mr. Ozil says it will give British South Asian players a platform to shine after linking up with partners, including the Football Association and Bradford City, for the launch of the Football for Peace Mesut Ozil Center. Mesut Ozil said, and I quote, "I have always been surprised by why South Asian communities are only allowed to be fans of the game. Why are we not seeing more players or managers breaking into professional football? I want to give them an opportunity to be successful." And that's the news updates on AFRICUNIA TV. You can catch up with the news and programs on Jointum and Pangram, and also via the website on www.africunia.tv. Once again, my name is Deborah Ezeh. Bye for now.